This your man AJ McQueen. Look, right now, my nose itch. Alright, my bad. Yo, this your man AJ McQueen, and right now, you're tuned to an exclusive interview of me, by me. I'm interviewing myself. Yeah, cause that's what I do. So why free lunch? Because I feel like lunch should be free, especially if tacos are involved. Hot beans and butter. What it say? Hot beans and butter. Come and get yours. All right. Free lunch. Free lunch because when I was younger, when I was little, actually when I started rapping, you know, like I'm talking about really rapping. We used to beat on the tables with the pens, you hear me? All the way back to those days, I was on free and reduced lunch. So when I was thinking about this mixtape, I'm like, man, I don't really know what to connect it to, but I want to kind of go back to my roots, lyricism, energy, you know, pain, joy, peace, all that. And I remember being in school, you know, middle school primarily, and I was on free and reduced lunch, so that's why free lunch. And it's free food for thought, you hear me? It's nourishment. You know, everything in the bag, everything in the music, you know, it should be uplifting, you know, building, encouraging, you hear me? As I'm talking about my life, you know, talk a lot about my past, you know, family, relationships, like I'm very unfiltered, you know, but even in that, in my testimony, I should be able to, you know, music should help, man. I'm a firm believer of that, you know, and I like to draw the line in the sand when I spit, you know, and so free lunch, man, free nourishment, you know, you think about your lunch bag, you know, you should have some things in there, you hear me, that's healthy to you, you know what I mean? So that's what this music is. This music is healthy, you know, it's nourishing. You know, it's good music, good vibes, man, and it's all true, no filter. You know, that's free lunch. I got some heat on the project, like it's literally crazy, man. This song is Dear to My Heart. It's actually the leading single from Free Lunch. And in the song, I literally blacked out, you know, straight up blacked out. The production is crazy, but I snapped on the song, man. And for me, snapping is literally no filter, speaking from my heart, and trying to find the best metaphors and similes and, you know, double entendres, triple entendres to really explain what I'm trying to say. It's a crazy song, man, and I mean everything I say in it. You know, when I write music, I'm very unapologetic. I don't scratch things out. I don't put line over things. You know, I literally just, if that's what I wrote, that's what came out, you know, then that's what God want me to say with no filter. So I'll go check out that song right now. And one of the songs that I love, close to my heart, man, it's called Make the Block Great Again. And that song, literally what it's about, man, I feel like we should restore our people. We should restore the neighborhood, restore the block. Not negating nowhere else, you know, international visions and ministries and things, man, but God gave me a sensitivity for the hood, for the block. So I believe we should go back to the block and make it great again. You know, Trump trying to make America, great again. So I feel like we should make the block great again. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do in this song. The words speak for itself. The energy is crazy. The instrumental is crazy, and that's make the block great again, man. I'm real big on social reform, social injustice. You know, really speaking out on social issues through my music because that's what I've seen growing up. You know, so make the block great again. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, so you know I'm from the streets. I'm talking about the West Side, Wellston, Sixfold, and all I seen was poverty, drugs, you know, gang violence, all that. You hear me? So I want to talk about it. And I believe that you shouldn't exploit your hood. You should explain your hood. You know, and so I feel like you can do that as an artist. You know, you got some artists defending why they talk about, you know, Xannies and X and all that type of stuff. You hear me? But you're not explaining it. You're actually promoting it, bro. So stop lying, bro. But in my music, you know, I'm just explaining it, talking about it, and then giving people a direction. You know, so let's make the block great again. So the intro track, it's called Free Lunch, and that's just, it mean what it mean. Free lunch. It's a track. It's called Like Forest, and I mean, it's a deep song, man. It's a deep song. I wrote it from a deep place in myself, and I feel like it tells every black man's story in America. And I mean, the hook in itself is literally speaking to the people. You know, you gotta run like Forrest. You gotta run through the forest. You gotta run your course. Yeah, you gotta run like horse. You gotta run like Porsche. Yeah, you gotta run like boss. You gotta run through the forest. You gotta run like Forrest. And to me, in America, every single day, man, you gotta hit the ground running, or you get left behind, or get knocked over. So you gotta run like Forrest each and every day. I believe that the system is set up for us to fail, and so we have to run. We have to run for our lives. But remember, it's not a race, man. It's a marathon. It's not about getting there first. It's really about lasting to the end and enduring, and persevering. So that's Run Like Forrest. I got this track, man. Shout out to Phil Wade, bro. If you don't know who Phil Wade is, you should really know who Phil Wade is, man. Dope, talented, funny, man. Me and him connected on the track, man. And this song is crazy. It's called Wake Up, and the energy in the song and the feeling of the song is so soulful, peaceful, and it's just good vibes all over. I'm all about good vibes, and this song really reflects the good vibes, man. So Wake Up, featuring Phil Wade. It's a smash hit. It's dope. Feel good. Play it in the morning. Play it at night. Play this song. Wake Up. For anybody who's on free lunch right now, let me talk to you. Hey, don't despise humble beginnings, man. Man, when I was younger, I was on free and reduced lunch, man, and it was not popular. You had the people coming to, school. They had the money. I'm sitting there getting my milk and my casual corn and my supposed to be nutritious lunch, and they over there buying steak, lobster, and tacos. I may be over exaggerating, you hear me, because I'm from the hood. We ain't had none of that. But anyways, I literally remember eating tuna, blogging the sandwiches, and all that, man. It wasn't popular. Free lunch was not popular, but that's why I named the mixtape Free Lunch, man. I just feel like it takes me back to a place in my life where I was humble, very humble, and I would literally borrow money from people. I remember I used to go into my mama room when she was like half asleep, and I used to be like, Mom, can I borrow some money? And she was half asleep, but she always say, you reach in my purse, you know what I mean? And I would always take the biggest bill I could find. Then she would see me later and curse me out, and try to whoop me, because she was like, why would you ask me when I'm half asleep? Well, that's the best time to bamboozle you. So I grew up West Side, St. Louis, Wellston to be exact. 6400, you hear me? You may hear me reference it in my music. And it's a very poverty-stricken place, man. Gang violence, all types of violence. And honestly, that's where I found myself. I found myself, really being challenged by what was around me. I'm a very conscious person. I've always been conscious, you hear me? And I think a lot. So I've always thought intentionally about things that I was faced with. And one thing that I was faced with was making some crazy choices at a young age. When I was 13, I became active in the gang, actually on my 13th birthday, into the family gang, 6'4" blood. So, and for me, it was really because I wanted somebody to be proud of me, and there was not a lot of love in the household, you hear me? And so I had to go find it somewhere else, and I found it in the homies. That affirmation came out of me doing whatever I needed to do, you hear me, to make sure that the gang was all right. So, when I was 14, I got into some crazy stuff, man, crazy situations. Somebody actually called the house phone and was like, you want to play with guns? Because it was a crazy situation I can't talk about on camera, but they were like, you want to play with guns and all the type of stuff. So I was scared that they was going to come shoot the house up. My mom and my sisters in there, you hear me? So I asked my mom, I was like, hey, I need to get away, and I need to go on a vacation. And here I am, 14 years old, thinking like, man, I need to protect my family and do things like this. So my mom made a call to somebody, in Houston, Texas, and they knew me when I was younger, because we actually came to Houston when I was like 8, and they actually, used to stay next to us. I met the son You know, his name Darrell. Shout out to Darrell. I met Darrell by stealing his Game Boy. I stole his Game Boy on the bus, and I just never gave it back. And so his mama came to the house, you know, trying to get the Game Boy back. You hear me? And I wanted to fight. My mama wanted to fight, and we didn't fight. You know, I just gave the Game Boy back. But I became his friend because he always had the games. He had Dreamcast, you hear me? That's the first time I played Dreamcast over his house. But anyway, that family, they actually let me come for the summer. And when I came here, when I came to Houston, I was like really lost. You know, I was lost. I was 14, feeling 25. And when I first got in the car, they was like, hey, you gotta take them headphones out, cause I literally came off the airplane listening to, you know, I think I was listening to Pac at the time actually, and they was like, take the earphones out, and they was playing gospel music and all that, and I was like, I ain't with that gospel, you hear me, stuff, and I ain't believe in God, you hear me. Now, we heard about God, but when you see somebody, you know, head get blown off, you hear me, in front of you, you know, poverty, prostitution, all that type of stuff, you don't really think it, you know, God is present in where, you know, in your situation where you are. So I took the headphones out, and casually, man, they were talking to me about God and Jesus and really try to impart things into me, but I just wasn't with it. You know, they were trying to get me to pull my pants up and all that. I wasn't with all that, you know what I mean? So I called my mom after a week. I was like, yeah, I need to come back home. And she's like, okay, cool. So she sent me a train ticket. I was catching a train back and forth with trash bags full of clothes. And the lady came to me and she was like, don't go, I had a vision that you got shot up, and when I opened the door, you had bullet holes all in your back and you died. I was like, I'm not really with all that, you know, God said type stuff. And kid you not, I came home from St. Louis. I came home from Houston, sorry. And I'm right there on the block. And my mom literally told me, don't go out the house. And I still went out the house. And I want to say, like an hour or so later, I'm on the block, you know, over there on the north side, baiting, you know, rest in peace, buddy. And the green Saturn came down the street. They had guns out the car. And I thought I was going to die right there. I thought they was going to do a drive-by. I was standing in front of the street where the car was, but they didn't. You know, they pulled off and we stayed right there, you know, just trying to be prideful and all that, you hear me? And next thing you know, they came back. And the dude got out the car and just started shooting. So out of 7 people, I got shot, and inch away from being paralyzed. And on my back, that's where I met God at. You hear me? Right on my back, right there in the hood. You know that I was trying to claim and rep. My homies scattered. Only, you know, one person stayed with me. Shout out Reggie. But my homies scattered, man. You hear me? They did what they were supposed to do. And that night I lost a lot of people. But I met God right there on my back, man. And my mom, after I got into the hospital, my mom, you know, sent me back to Houston. You know, after I got well enough to move around, she sent me back to Houston. The family took me back in, and that's where it started for me. You know, seeds were planted about God and who He is and who I am in His eyes and what He did for me. And that's how I found who I was. The first word I ever heard before that really empowered me was the word potential. The man of the house said to me, he said, man, you got potential, because he heard me rapping. And I didn't even know what that was. You know, I looked up the definition, and that word changed my life, you hear me? Potential. Potential. And so I like to spend my life, my music, and, you know, even with my company, Writer's Block, you know, trying to help people discover their potential and what, you know, the gift that God gave them, you hear me? I believe everybody got one. You just gotta find it and tap into it and sharpen it, you know, perfect it and use it, you know, to the glory of God, you know. And so that's what I'm about, you know. And there's no gimmicks to me, you know. I'm passionate as hell, you know what I'm saying? I'm passionate. I'm very passionate. I'm passionate to a fault, some would say. You know, what get me in trouble is my mouth, man, my big mouth, for real. Like I'm gonna speak it. If I feel it, I'm gonna say it. You hear me? With no filter. You know, and I mean, but now, you know, since I've come to the knowledge of God, I know I gotta run things by Him first and let Him, you know, show me how to say things. But even He had to correct me after that. Like, boy, I'm passionate, man. If I feel it, I say it. You know, and that's what my music about. That's what I'm about. You know, yo, and I got a confession. I got a deep confession. I am in love with tacos. It's true. It's true. I love tacos. I think I am sexually attracted to tacos. And I just want to put that out there. You hear me, to everybody, man. I love tacos, and I feel like if she don't like tacos, I can't be with her. You hear me, fellas? If she forget the green sauce, forget her number, man. She's not for you, and she cannot be trusted. But I love tacos, and I want this music to connect with all the taco lovers. And I feel like that's everybody in the world. If you don't love tacos, you should leave humanity. And so this music is for you, everybody, man. Free lunch, go get it. The mixtape is not free, so don't come to me trying to ask me for a free mixtape. Support, invest and support. I was talking to a little female the other day, you hear me? She was like, I support you. I'm like, well, give me money for studio time. She was like, what? I'm like, yeah, give me money for studio time. And she was like, nah, I don't really. Well, you don't support me then. This lunch ain't free. Regardless of what it say, support me, you hear me?